begin to record.
Начали, да?
But I don't see. Oh, yeah, I see it now. I didn't see your screen for a second, and I thought that I started recording. It stopped.
Окей. А когда последний раз ты была в России?
В России,
Да,
1.5 years ago.
да.
Yeah, when I've been living in the United States almost for 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah,
That's
but
great.
no, I didn't work. I stay home with my kids. I have 4 kids, and
Okay.
I stay
4
home with,
kids.
yeah, and I
That's Russian that I knew that have 4 kids.
yeah, yeah,
That's nice.
yeah. That's why my English is not perfect. I understand, I can talk like in real life. It's kind of enough of English, but if you will go deeper, it's not enough. Sometimes I need to, like, I don't have enough words to explain. My
Okay.
vocabulary is not very, like, rich. So, I don't know. That's why. Like, for life, it's enough. But if you want to go to, like, I went to college, I was taking some classes, but
Okay. You studied there. You studied in the States.
yes, but I
Wow, that's
graduated
nice.
medical college in Ukraine.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
and
are you from Russia or from Ukraine?
I'm from Ukraine.
Okay, from
But now,
Ukraine.
my parents and my relatives live in Donbass. It's kind of part of different, I don't know, they have like problems, political problems over there and war on their territory,
Okay.
on that
Okay.
part of Ukraine. But we live close to Russia, very close to Rostov. Have you heard about Rostov?
Of
Do you,
course, I know Rostov. I've not
yeah,
been there, but I know that place. They told me about the place. Russia is a very big country.
yes, yes.
No, I like
But
it here.
mm,
I like it here.
yeah, I like it there as well. It's a different lifestyle. Like in the United States, for me, it's kind of boring.
It's kind
Because
of boring.
in Russia, you can go, like, we don't live in big, large city. We live in Sacramento. It's California. So
Okay.
we have parks here, like lots of places to go, but it's different culture. In our culture, as you've been in Russia, you know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
Lots of people are walking around, lots of parks, lots of crowds everywhere. It's kind of more interesting for me. I would love to live there. But my kids, they were born here, and
Yes.
probably they would not.
Yeah, they're supposed to be citizens already.
What did you say?
They're supposed to be citizens.
Oh, they are citizens because they were born here,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I am a citizen as well.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So, how's the life over there in the United States?
Like people work a lot to pay their bills. Like it's not very easy. I mean, they can earn money here, but you need to pay a lot for the rent, for house, for bills, for electricity, like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a wheel that never stops. Like everywhere, I think it's not easy. Everywhere there are pluses and minuses.
Yeah. But how is it about the job opportunities? Are there a lot of jobs?
Jobs, we have a lot of jobs. And I know that in the United States, the education is very valuable. That is great because in some countries, like for example, Ukraine, Russia, when
Okay.
I was there, the nurse can get only like $300 per month, and it's not
Okay.
enough to raise their kids. But here in America, nurses they earn a lot.
Of
Like
course.
You know, in our country, some doctors they cannot even get what how much nurses get here. That's
That's
sad.
true.
I mean, different kind of lifestyles. Oh yeah.
Okay, that is true. Yeah, I understand.
And what is your native country?
Okay, my native country. I am actually from Miami,
From
from the
Miami?
US.
Oh,
Yes,
and you left United States and went to Russia to live?
that's the kind of person I am. Yeah, I love traveling.
Oh,
So
okay.
I wanted to test the lifestyle here in the Europe and in Russia.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yes, very interesting. And you see, there are a lot of development still coming into this country, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that I can take the advantage and improve myself more, and also have time to grow without having these concurrents. I mean, opponents and those who are. There are some kind of people with different mentalities, and I just
Yeah.
love the atmosphere here.
Yeah.
Um, Again, my friends are also studying here, so we fit in a lot of things, and no, it's a nice country. I would say it's a nice country. I lived all my life in the States. I also lived. I worked and lived in Canada and Australia. I have been in a lot of countries, so I like it here in Russia more than in other places that I've been.
Mm-hmm. Especially in the winter time, right? It's
Of
cold.
course, in the winter time, I try to take my bath in these what they call prorobe.
What is that?
Prorobe. Uh, these Russian tradition where during the winter people go and take their bath on the stream with the ice.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
That they call it prorobe. That Pravina, yeah.
Um, you mean hockey?
Yes, no, not hockey. We don't play games. We just dip ourselves into this ice cold water.
I don't know what are you talking about.
Okay, let me explain to you. Um, During the winter in Russia,
Yeah.
the rivers are free frozen.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the Russians love to go there. They will cut out the ice at the top of the river
Uh-huh.
and dip themselves into that water, that cold water.
Okay. And like swimming there or what?
Yes, they
Oh wow.
swim there. They
So
just have
extreme.
time. Ah, okay.
It's an extreme, so it's very
Yes,
cold.
extreme. It's very cold. Yeah, it's
Did you
just
like it? Did you
I
have you
loved it.
tried?
I loved it a lot.
Oh wow.
Loved it a lot. It was a wonderful experience. I never had that kind of experience, so I wanted to try it for that period of time. It was so fun. When they saw me, they were all surprised. How can you do it? I told them I can do it. What is there? Let me just try because I was interested when I saw kids, women, men. They were
Yeah.
dipping into that. The temperature was the last time I did it was minus 35 degrees.
Oh
It,
wow.
it was frozen. We had to cut out the ice in the stream so we can be able to dip ourselves into it.
Oh, it's so
It
cold.
was so cold. It was so
I
cold.
don't know if I would like it. I would probably not like it because it's so cold.
Yes, I think you
It's
like it.
hard. It's even hard to breathe.
Yes, it's very hard to breathe. And the temperature was that is why that is that is why I came to Russia anyway, because I love the code. I just want to experience it. And again, I
Yeah,
love the language.
I also like winter time.
Yeah.
You know, in California we don't have like winter, but we have like 1.5 hours from us like mountains, and if you wanna go to the snow, you can go there and like ski, lots of
Okay.
interesting stuff to do. But in California, we probably have like a fall during the winter,
Okay.
sometimes even spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice. That's you see the reason why I love interacting with people, because that's why I love teaching. I love interacting with people, sharing ideas, communicating with people, developing our knowledge, um, sharing informations to improve ourselves.
Hmm.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
And I also was told that you were taking TOEFL, right?
Of course, I take TOEFL.
Yeah. And was it hard for you?
Okay, the first time I wrote TOEFL exam was about that was about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was strange because I came into the hall thinking everything will look good, will look easy. But when I sat down and saw that everything we are doing in that hall in the examination day was based on time consciousness. uh
Yeah.
yes, I had to adjust. And I love sitting behind the computer. I love trying to do something with the computer. So the exams was like kind of fun for me, although I was having pressure of trying to read and accumulate informations better. Oh, well, my score was I had the 100, 112, 112.
Mm-hmm. It was high.
It
It
was
was
high.
pretty.
Yeah, that was my very first TOEFL exam. One,
Wow, it was
yeah,
high.
112. That's what I got.
But for me, I don't even need that high, in order to pass.
Okay.
Because I need to get at least, as I told you, like in speaking, 26 points, in listening, 22, writing, 22, and reading, 22.
Wow. I think you're going to get it. No, your speaking is already in good shape.
I already passed speaking. I don't need speaking. I passed
Yeah.
already speaking and listening. I got enough points for those two, but I still
Yeah.
have to earn more points for reading and writing. Reading, I'm so close. I got my highest score was 18, and I need to get 22. But if I'll get 20, 21, I think they will round up it, and then they will let me like they will take it as I passed. Because if it's so close, they will round it up.
Okay. I think your reading, you're going to get more than 22.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
I believe that
Oh,
your reading and writing is going to be different, because I have a well prepared scheme for for the writing. So we are going to be doing a lot. We are going to be doing a lot. We are going to be reviewing, if not all, past questions for TOEFL.
yeah.
Uh, yes, we are going to go through them one at a time. Can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Wow, I thought you saw my screen.
I saw it, but now no. I see the black screen with a like white round with your initials, white circle. Now it's loading. Now
What's
I
that?
see it loading,
What's the
but I cannot see it still. Uh,
Ah,
what did you do last time to in order to show your screen?
can you see my screen?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. Oh, now yes.
Oh, at last.
Maybe I just pressed on that circle with your initials, JS,
Okay.
and and I was able to see it. Maybe I need to do it in order to see your screen.
Okay. But now you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through the reading again. Let's go through a very wonderful reading text. Okay. I think this we don't need this anyway. We don't need this overview of the reading section. The reading section is the first part of the TOEFL test. It tests your comprehension of written English by presenting you with a series of reading passages and then asking you a set of questions based on each one. Okay, I think this is just a clue of what it looks like for a reading text. Let's
Yeah, I
just
wouldn't need to read it. I've read a lot of those
yeah,
introductions.
yeah. So let's go through a reading task. I think we have done this. We did it yesterday.
Yeah, we read it last time.
We read last time. Okay, let's see if I can get some reading task.
And about cloth trade as well, we read.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. For sure, this time you're going to I don't know, this is a reading task. Step for differentiating between major supporting details and minor facts. Can you see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to look for something we can. Aha. What this is what we are waiting for. Okay, I think we can get. Let's see if there is a question. Tax tips. Where is the question here? I wasn't given any. Okay. Okay, let's just go through the question right here that we just saw not quite long ago. Okay, oral narratives. Can you read through, please?
Do you want me to read a whole passage or only paragraph one?
Okay, yes. Let's read the first paragraph. Can you read through the first
Yeah.
paragraph?
Oral narratives are stories that are communicated through speech and not through the written word. Most cultures have important oral narratives that allow them to pass on traditional stories to younger generations. Amazingly, this can survive for many years without experiencing significant changes. Oral narratives remain unchanged for many years due to specific memorization techniques that help storytellers preserve the original form of the narrative. What narrative means?
What does narrative mean?
Yeah, what narrative means.
Okay, narrative is like a story,
Oh, it's a story.
like it's like a tale, a story that is being told by someone who is older, okay, who is older. Now,
Yes.
for example, a story or account of events, experiences, or like whether
It's
true
like
or
histories, right? Histories from the past, right?
yes, if we say history, we
Stories,
mean
not history, stories from the past.
yes, these stories might be true, or false.
Okay.
Yes, somebody might just think about something, just think about something and make it a story.
Mm-hmm.
Like what they told me when I came to Russia for the first time. They said it is wrong to sit um, with people, okay, and
Yes.
place an empty bottle on the table,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Said
Yeah.
it's wrong to place an empty bottle on the table. Why do they think so? Maybe somebody has told them stories about it. That somebody, because I had to make inquiries why they decided, why do they think putting an empty bottle is a bad something. They told me that they were told that if you put an empty bottle on the table, that person will not be able to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe somebody told them about it. That is why uh, they made that conclusion. Again, they also told me in Russia that it is wrong to throw away garbages or dirt in the night.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what kind of narratives have you heard about, or what kind of narrative do you have in your culture?
Mm. In my culture or in my family? I mean, it's not about family, right? It's just cultural stories from
Yes,
culture.
yes, from the culture, or what something, maybe something your granddad, grandmom, your parents told you that is like, it's like a culture, it's a narrative, it's
Mm.
a story of the past from from long generations.
Let me think.
Okay,
I've heard lots of stories from my granddad when he was a little kid. I don't know if we can call it narrative. When during the World War II, he was a kid, he was like 11, 12 years old.
okay.
Can we call it narrative stories or not?
Yes, we can call it narrative stories. Yes, those kind of stories that were told by parents.
Okay. Yeah, he was telling me about that time then when, we had a World War II and it
Okay,
was very scary time. And he was telling me like some German soldiers were kind to the kids and
okay,
some were very, bad to them. They caused lots of like troubles for the kids. And one of the German soldier almost killed my granddad. They were telling them to run and they were shooting, behind
wow.
them. And they were running like they were trying to survive. That was one of the story. Yeah. And another one,
Mm-hmm.
when he was beaten by the German soldier, and another German soldier uh, told the other guy, "Stop it!" Because why you? He said even kiddos like kids. Why you're like hitting the kiddo? So that was one of the story. Yeah, I know that I have probably more than that, but I don't remember right now.
Okay, so what can you say about this first paragraph of these oral narratives? What can you tell me about the word oral?
Oral, it means with words. You
Very good.
tell
Yes.
you tell something in your words, not in a written like word. Just
Yes.
or yeah. It looks like they used a special technique. It looks like the stories um, usually don't change for many years. It remain the stories. It's the stories remain unchanged over the years,
Yes.
probably because of using some techniques uh, for the storyteller to um, when they're telling the story, maybe they're using like special words.
Yes.
Maybe they're trying to picture, those situations, like for people to remember it very well.
Okay. So, what can we talk about the first paragraph? The old narrative are stories that are communicated through speech and not through the written word. Most cultures have important oral narratives that allow them to pass on traditional stories to younger generations. You see, that's what we are talking about not long ago.
Yeah.
Amazingly, these can survive for many years without experiencing significant changes. That is true. And most of these oral narratives are even not true. They might be informations or stories that are talked about by our grandparents, and they just formulated the information and pass it on to several generations.
Mm-hmm.
Oral narratives remain unchanged for many years due to specific memorization techniques that help storytellers preserve the oral form of the narratives. Okay, can you tell me why exactly, uh, uh, what exactly is the reason why oral narratives remained unchanged for so many years?
Um, I mean, just a second. Because they use the specific memorization technique to help storytellers to preserve the original form. Yeah, at the last sentence it say that.
Okay, that is true. And why do those storytellers, those oral narratives, uh, the people who tell these traditional stories, why did you decide to make it an oral narratives and not a written form?
Oh, sorry, it's a bad connection. I don't really hear you. Why the storyteller? What?
Okay, why do storytellers decided to make the stories oral and not in written form?
Oh, because they tell the story to younger generations, maybe to the kids. Not all of the kids can write and read.
That
I
is
mean,
true. That is
because
true.
they want a younger kids to memorize it and to pass it to their kids, like to pass it from generation to generation. And also, if it's gonna be, I mean, it's my personal opinion,
Yeah.
written in written form. If it's going to be in written form, you can always lose, those papers. But if you will say something, the person will remember it for the life.
Yes, it's
It
true.
can
For
be
a lifetime.
preserved. It can be preserved like for the longer time.
Yes, it's true. I also believe that those who started practicing oral narratives or traditional stories, they were not educated enough to be able to put their ideas or their stories in writing. So what they decided to do is to keep repeating the same stories and telling these stories to the younger generations who will come after them. So in that process, they are able to store that information,
Yeah.
pass the information across several generations. Because
Mm-hmm.
it is written here that oral narratives remain unchanged for so many years due to specific memorization techniques. You see, that helps
Yes.
tell us preserve the origin form of the narrative. That is good. Okay. Yes, we have analyzed the first paragraph so deeply that we understand exactly what this passage is talking about.
Yeah.
So, what can we talk about? Can you read through the second? paragraph, please.
One such technique is repetition, which
Yeah.
involves saying
Okay.
the words of a story many times. For
Yeah.
instance, a storyteller might repeat the same sentence many times until he or she remembers it. Once one sentence is memorized, the storyteller repeats the next sentence until it, too, is committed to memory. Thus, sentence by sentence, one can learn a complete narrative. Of course, some forms of repetition are more complicated than the method just described. Um, for example, in ancient India, people memorized sacred texts by repeating the words in a different order. If a sentence read, "She went to the river to wash her clothes," a person might memorize the sentence by repeating the words like this: she went to the, to, and so on. Wow, it's so interesting.
So interesting, I tell you. This is so interesting. So we have learned how the storytellers from ancient times are able to memorize storylines, and also the culture that is placed in different religions, like the Indian, how they're able to memorize their words and the stories. This is so interesting. Okay, so what can you say about this passage?
I can say about this passage that they were using like a lot of repetition technique. The
Yes.
probably storyteller, he was repeating the stories all over again, sentence by sentence, and they were learning sentence by sentence. But in ancient time in India, they even were memorizing these stories by memorizing just words, word to word, not sentence from sentence, but even like phrases, some phrases with just the words.
That is true. Okay. So what can we say about this word? Can we get a synonym of this word? Secret.
Sacred. People memorize sacred text. Important.
Something like that. So what else can we say about it?
Valuable, maybe.
Okay, we can, yes, we can say
Yeah,
something.
I see the word sacred, something that is believed to be holy and to have a connection to God. So something that,
Yes.
yeah, I already saw it.
Yeah.
Some like valuable to their culture, sacred, like treasure. People
Yes.
treasure, like treasure texts by repeating
That-
treasurable, or how to say
yes.
it right, I don't know.
Treasure, something holy, something special. But
Yes.
sacred is something like something connected to God.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay. So, yes, let's pick a sentence here and let's make it. Okay. Techniques in this point. What word can we use in substitution of this word technique? On such technique is repetition, which involves saying the words of a story many times. So, what words is nearest in meaning that we can use in replacing technique?
You mean synonym again?
Yes, yes, synonym, something nearest in meaning.
One such technique is repetition. Um, one such way to learn. No, it's two words. Technique. Mm, I don't know.
You can say skill.
Skill, yeah.
Yes, skill is technique.
Mm-hmm.
We can say approach, or we
One
can say method.
method, yeah.
Yeah, method is nearest and closest meaning to technique.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think we understand what the second paragraph is talking about. Now, what we have just done is something that is similar to what you can see in TOEFL. At times, they might give you a passage and bring out certain words from the passage. They might highlight some of the words and ask you to produce or to get a word nearest in meaning
Mm-hmm.
or words that are opposite in meaning. Such words. So that is what we are trying to figure out every text that we read, in every paragraph that we are reading
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Okay.
So we
Yes.
know technique, the nearest in meaning is a skill or method. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let's go for the third paragraph. Can we?
Yeah. Another important way to memorize oral narratives is through the use of musical memory, which refers to a person's ability to remember pitch. Like notes in a song, some words in a story have higher or lower pitch than the surrounding words. Someone listening to an oral narrative might remember these changes in pitch, and this can help the person remember the changes in the story. If one part of the story is exciting, the storyteller's voice may become higher in pitch. The listener will record this in his or her musical memory, and when the listener retells the story, his or her voice will become higher at the same moment.
That is true. Okay. So what can you say? Or how can you summarize this paragraph?
This is the second like kind of technique to use to achieve them like second technique to achieve memory to achieve memory of the listeners to keep the information as much as they can, and they use that like musical memory by changing their voice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The pitch of the voice and each part of the story, like for example if something very exciting and very like yeah, it's very exciting, the voice can go like higher in pitch. If it's more like sad, the voice can go lower, and the when the listener can retell the story, he will remember it from his musical memory. How so the changes, those changes, what those changes means, they know it. If it's high in pitch, that something excited happened at this moment. If it's a little bit like lower in pitch, something maybe not very exciting happened.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Just like the opera, or when you're watching horror movies, or maybe some action movies, you see the sound changes. So that has been accustomed to every one of us who are movie lovers. When we listen to some sound, we already predict what will happen in the next scene. We believe that the next scene might be good or bad. If the sound is lower, we mean we already sense it that the next scene maybe somebody is going to do something not pleasant. That is
Yeah.
good. Okay, so I want to pick a word here, and we are going to look for the nearest in meaning of that word.
Pitch.
Yeah,
A person ability. Pitch, it's a tone, like
very good, Umnitsa. That is
Yeah.
correct. Pitch, it is tone. That is
Yeah.
the correct and the most closest in meaning to this word.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let's look for other words that we can use to break down this passage. I think every word that is here is so familiar. Everything is so familiar. Can we look for a word nearest in meaning?
Memory.
Yes.
The listener will record this in his or her musical memory. I just need to find out synonym for memory.
Okay.
Mm.
We can say remembrance
Yeah.
or recollection.
It's even hard in Russian to find
Okay.
memory, память, воспоминания, but in
Yeah.
English it's um,
Okay. I wanted to ask you this question. What when you are asked question in English, what language do you think first in order to reply?
Russian for sure.
You're
Yeah.
right. Okay. So you first um translate the word, the question to Russian,
Yeah.
and when you have the answers, you translate the answers to English.
Mm. You mean like in general?
Yes. For example, you are asked, okay, can you please explain to us what do you understand by the third paragraph? This question is asked in English. So how did you think first? You think first in English or in Russian?
When I was reading this text, I was trying to memorize it. Probably I did not think in Russian. I was thinking in English at that moment. But when I want to say something, before I say something, probably I think in Russian. If it's not very like, if I still have time to think. But if you need to say something quickly, I don't have time to think in Russian. It depends, how hard the conversation is going to be.
Okay. Mhm. That's okay. That's nice. Так, that tips and tags for answering questions. I believe we understand what this entire passage is talking about.
Yeah.
The, the passage is so interesting, and there's a lot of information that are benefited from it. I hope you too benefited from it too. Okay, tips and tags for answering correctly. Read the question carefully. These are tips on how you can be able to answer questions on reading task. The words of details questions vary widely, so make sure you read the question carefully and understand exactly what it is asking for. At times, no, from it all depends on you when you are asking questions in TOEFL. There are people who just read through the passages so quickly
Mm-hmm.
and move directly to the question. It is favorable for people who have very quick memory to be able to store the information they read so quickly. There are people who are fast readers, there are people who are slow readers. So it all depends on you. If you are a fast reader, you can scan through the passages so quickly and look through the questions to determine, to understand what is needed. Because by reading the questions, you already know where you can get the answers from the passages. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So it all depends. It all depends. But if you're a slow reader, I will encourage you to take your time, at least take some few time to be conscious of the time that is left and the amount of time you're supposed to spend on every reading task. You should be able to go through the task carefully, because if you can answer correctly some few questions, you can be able to get some reasonable score of 26, 25, 26.
Mm-hmm.
If you read carefully, you can be able to have a good correct answers. There are some people who take the time to read the passages, they get back to the answers, and they refer back again to the passages. The time you take in going up to and fro, it consumes your time. So it's also not encouraging. Okay, it's also not
Mm-hmm.
encouraging.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. I think we have not gone through this. You know, where do we have this one? Quickly read this one. Ah. Okay. This is what they gave us here. A quick guide, referent questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, look at it. Can you read through?
A referent question asks you to identify the word or phrase that another word refers to. The most common type of referent question will include a pronoun. A
Okay.
pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun
Now,
or
yes.
noun phrase
Phrase.
in a sentence.
Yes.
On the TOEFL test, personal pronouns are most commonly tested. True, on occasion, referent questions may be based on relative. Oh, sorry, on relative. Can you wait a second, Evia? Can you bring me наушники, пожалуйста? Никита. Sorry, I just need to say something to my daughter.
Okay.
I need to... Посмотри, у вас в комнате наушники. On the TOEFL test, personal pronouns are most commonly tested. Truth on occasion referent questions may be based on relative, demonstrative, or reflexive pronouns, in addition to other words. See the table below for some examples.
Okay. Okay, let's see what we have here. Pronouns or other words. Examples. Okay.
Yeah.
Personal pronouns, we all know what is personal pronouns. In Russian language, personal pronouns are я,
Mm-hmm.
ты, он, она, мы, вы, они. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Is it almost 1 hour? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost 1 hour.
One what?
I mean, we have already studied for an hour already, or not?
I think yeah.
Okay, so let's just go through this personal pronoun. I think in our next lesson tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are going to talk about this referent question.
Okay.
Yes, there's something so informative here that we need to go through.
Okay.
It's the personal pronouns, because in the next text below, there are some questions we need to identify and answer correctly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yes, I want us to go through this because this is also a part of the test in reading.
Yeah.
Yes, so we can use this week to go through the reading, a lot of reading, and
Yes.
then by next 2 weeks upward, we can go directly into writing. So it's good you are more familiar with the reading. So it will help us to move directly to the writing. Because writing,
Okay.
you have to write and think about your own ideas, or
Yeah.
paraphrase a sentence or a text. So it is also needed. Okay. Pronouns and other words. Okay. Personal pronouns we know in Russians are ya, the, we, on, and me. Okay. And in
Mm-hmm.
English, it is I, you, he, or she, it. It in Russian will be ano.
Oh
Uh,
no. Mm-hmm.
yes, we, they, они. Me, him, это уже я, это меня, да?
Mm-hmm.
Его,
Его, ее,
да,
наш,
да,
нас, их,
их.
them.
Okay, these are all personal pronouns. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go through to the examples and let's figure out what are the personal pronouns that are located there. Susie went to the lab. She didn't come back until later.
Mm-hmm.
So we already seen a personal pronoun, she.
Yeah.
Okay, she is the personal pronoun. Okay, from this sentence, can we locate the verb here from this sentence? What verb can we locate here?
In the first sentence, you mean?
Yes, in the first sentence, from Susie went to the lab, she didn't come back until later. What verb can we locate here?
The pronoun she, and it means Susie. It's talking about Susie.
Okay, yes, there is pronoun, personal pronoun that we have located as she. But I want us to look at this sentence. Can we locate a verb?
Sorry, I did not really hear. Can we
Verb.
look them?
Locate a verb.
That, okay.
No, I mean galago, verb.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what is a
Glasgow.
verb?
Sorry, I cannot get it.
Okay. Have you heard of the word verb?
Them or
Verb.
oh that THAT?
No, VERB.
Can you repeat one more time?
V E
V
R
V
B.
Oh, verb. You mean verb. Okay, got it. Sorry.
Okay.
Sometimes I cannot catch. Sorry. My bad.
Okay. Can we locate it here? In
In the
this
second or first
in the
sentence? I
first
couldn't.
sentence, from where we have Susie.
Oh, the verb is went.
Okay. And what again? Is that the only verb we have here?
No, didn't. Didn't as well
Okay.
is the verb.
And
Went is the verb and didn't. Come as well.
okay, that is good. That's the three verb we have here. Went, didn't, and come. Okay. What tense can we place went? What is the tense?
Past
Good.
tense.
It's the past tense.
Yes.
Okay, that is the past tense. What tense can we place didn't?
Past tense as well.
Yes, it's the past tense in the negative. In the negative form. Didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There are a lot of things we need to do. In the next task by tomorrow, we should be able to go through these answers. And again,
Mm-hmm.
we have a passage we need to read through again, and questions are all over the places that we need to go through. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
each of these questions are taken from different um, field of life, from geography, from history, from medicine, from engineering.
Yeah.
All this, yes, I have all. We are going to be going through all of them.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
I
good.
think yes. if you have any other questions, you can ask. So if you have any specific areas you want us to touch by next lessons, you can also feel free to ask me. So by next lesson, we can be able to do it.
Okay. I don't have a questions for now. So the only questions, would you like me to, like, I understand that it's going to be good for me, like extra practice during the day, if I can do extra some to find out some uh, paragraphs to read and answer the questions. How do I need to study for the reading, like during the day?
Okay, during the day, you want an extra work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something to learn about. Okay, I will forward you some of these for some questions. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you have some already?
I have some, yeah, but I need to find out how to work. I already worked with a Magoosh, and I don't have any more questionnaires over there. I have to look for more tests, sample tests.
Okay, you can bring the text with us. No, for us to look through during our lessons. We can go through that too. If you have
Yeah,
any,
if I'll find out more, I'll let you know.
okay, that
I
would be
need to
very great.
figure out.
That would be nice.
Yeah, because I was buying the a program from the TOEFL IBT on their website. But I'm
Okay,
kind of confused a little bit how to use it. I need to figure it out today. I think I still have it like available for me because they only gave me like 6 months. But I think I was buying it a couple months ago. I still have some time. I hope so.
okay, you can actually download this the PDF files. Can you download them?
Those questions which I have,
Can you
I will try.
download what you have there, what they gave you? Can you?
Yeah, I will go and check if I still have an access to those tests.
Okay, that is okay. So our next class we'll talk about more. I'm going to be bringing all. What we did now is just part of the lessons, part of the reading tasks that I kept separately. I still have other uh, tips and other reading tasks that we still we are yet to see in our lessons. So by tomorrow, I think we should have a lot of reading tasks to read and answer
Okay, that's
questions.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. I really like those
Yes. Yes.
things because
Yes.
it will give me, more
Confidence.
confidence.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course. We are going to be
I'll
doing
get
more.
used to. Yeah, because I need to get used to different kind of questions in different
Yes.
kind of, you know,
Answers, and we break them through how you can understand it, how you can approach it during the exam. Everything is going to be fine. I have confidence that you're going to make it this time around.
I hope so.
You have to
Okay.
believe. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Send me the video copy